Zero Hedge has an article out. DeSantis introduces quote-unquote Stop Woke Act. Says CRT is elite-driven phenomenon. You know, this stuff, DeSantis and stuff like that, it's a weird situation here. I mean, first of all, where the hell they're just now realizing this shit? You know, it's like this type of stuff has been percolating in the colleges for many years now, decades upon decades. You let colleges teach this type of stuff, and therefore now all the educators that teach kids are basically infected with this mind virus. I mean, at this point, I mean, yes, he's passing these laws to help his political career. You know, it's like bolster his reputation with Republicans as far as like, oh, he's taken on the woke left and he's going to stop them in their tracks. This is good. This is good for his presidential campaign. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if the parents should stand up if they don't like this type of stuff, especially it's a public school. Really, I mean, I'd be completely in favor if you want to teach whatever cultural Marxism, wokeness, or whatever. Yeah, if people have vouchers, well, you can have private school that just teaches reading and math and just basic history, and then you can have other schools that get as a like crazy radical, you know, indoctrination, or like socialist, communist, black liberation indoctrination, Zulu Nation, whatever, you know. I mean, I'm okay with that. That's fine. If parents want to send their kids to that type of school, I mean, what can you do? That should be fine. But if everybody has to go, if parents have to pay, if people have used property taxes, actual tax dollars, they have to pay for this, and everybody has to go get the same type of education. Well, maybe the education should be more neutral. Maybe it shouldn't have this crazy ass political spin, and we could just, I mean, schools are already struggling with literacy, basic reading skills. Why didn't they just focus on the basics? Why do you need this indoctrination in the first place? Of course, now it's too late. It doesn't matter. Aside from this political stunt, it's, you know, if all the educators are indoctrinated themselves, they'll just keep changing the name. You know, it won't be woke, it won't be cultural Marxism, it won't be identity politics. They'll just, it's like a virus that keeps mutating a little bit, you know. But it's not going to do anything. And from a libertarian perspective, I mean, just taking it's not a scalpel, it's just like a meat cleaver, and trying to ban certain like materials, and just only empowers these people more. The main issue is that these teachers themselves are infected with this, and they'll be teaching this type of ideology in different ways. Now, I mean, if people, I guess in college, if they want to learn critical race theory, or just like if you want to get a useless degree in gender studies, you can, you know, get a PhD in this type of stuff. But for regular children, I don't, completely inappropriate, but unfortunately, you know, just crudely, you know, it's like almost like passing a law against poverty. It's illegal to be poor. It's illegal to teach this leftist critical race theory. Well, all the teachers, they believe in this. This is the truth for them. They want to empower their kids to understand oppression, teach real American history. So a little too late now, you know. It's like maybe this type of cancer should have been stopped and should have been challenged in colleges themselves, but now it's metastasized all over the body, and you're trying to hack body parts off. Well, it's not going to work anymore. As he spoke about the bill called the Stop Wrong to Our Kids Employees Act, Stop Woke Act, DeSantis noticed, we want all of our students to understand why was our country founded. What were some of the key ideas that made us different? adding that core rights do not come from the government. The governor continued, I think what you see now with the rise of the woke ideology is an attempt to really delegitimize our history, delegitimize our institutions. Yeah, and I view wokeness as cultural Marxism. It's also too funny how, like a lot of these parents and just the people in the Republican Party or conservatives in general, I mean, they are not really interested in like critical race theory or just critical like a feminism or whatever. So by the time they understand it, they understand like a very, or they don't understand postmodernism, or they don't care to, but they can definitely smell that something's off. I mean, to be honest, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure a lot of Americans, not people who are super into politics or like just regular parents that has kids in school, when you press them, I'm pretty sure they grow up in the 70s or 80s, and their ideology is basically, well, we in America, here's the American way. In America, we treat everybody equally, right? And now they send their kids to school and learning something different. Oh, well, now, your skin colors are really important. And people are just shocked. I think it's pretty nasty and dangerous for America itself, as far as staying together or just any kind of like social cohesion and unity. If you're going to start if you're gonna start making skin color the most important thing about a person, it's really bad, dangerous, and counterproductive. But if the left wants to push society that way, what can you do? I mean, it's a little too late in my opinion. DeSantis emphasized that proponents of CRT want to tear at the fabric of our society and our culture. Really, things we've taken for granted, like ability of parents to direct the upbringing of their kids, displacing it with militant form of leftism. The legislation will provide parents a private right of action to enforce prohibition of the teaching of CRT and to recover attorneys' fees if they're successful. Labeling CRT as state-sanctioned racism. I mean, CRT is racism, 100%. No if, but I mean, point blank, period. And indoctrination. The governor proclaimed no taxpayer dollars should be used to teach our kids to hate our country. Adding, we also have responsibility to ensure that parents have the means to vindicate their rights when it comes to enforcing state standards. Of course, the media is completely taken over by the left, and they'll spin it as they're completely gaslighting people that actually know anything about this type of stuff. The media were just like, well, we're just saying that we're just teaching kids that racism is wrong. And what's wrong, as Joe Biden said, what's wrong to being nice to people? We're just teaching that America had slavery, and that slavery is bad and it's wrong. What's wrong with that? Why would you try to ban a history book? Quote, how is it a hostile work environment to be attacking people based on their race or telling them that they're privileged or part of an oppressive system when all they're doing is showing them to work and trying to earn a living? DeSantis asked. We believe that violates Florida's civil rights laws, but to the extent that it doesn't, we're going to make sure the law does include this. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's the cancer's all over the body now. It's metastasized. It's mutated. This shit is a little too late.